What's up, everybody? We are about to do another episode of Game Speak Podcast.
Hey.
3, 2, 1. Yo, 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 and hello and welcome to Game Speak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We're streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, find friends to play games with, and so much more. This show is 3 BFFs bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Bass.
Hey.
What up?
I feel like we're already halfway into the podcast because
Yeah,
we've
we
been
were
having
just chatting it up.
We've been having some good convos, some podcast-like convos.
Yeah,
you
dude,
know?
we should change our name to the Conversationalist.
Whoa.
No, just kidding. No, where are you guys? Where's the Conversationalist?
Yeah, can we get the comeback, please?
Yeah,
You know?
been waiting
if
on
you
it,
know,
dude.
you know, you know,
Yeah,
you know.
been sleeping. No, but yeah. So Devin's not here this week. Brent was not here last week.
Yes.
Devin couldn't make it this week
the
because
trade-off.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
the trade. He went to go and install some AC units.
Yeah.
So
Against his will.
against his will,
Unfortunately.
at
for
knife
him.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
But he will be
employer's not
missed,
very nice.
You know, especially since we have a lot of virtual reality related things to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 2 days.
2 days. Oh my god, I'm foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, you probably should get that looked at.
I keep thinking like I hope the world doesn't end or something before between now and Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like
You know-
I just want to make it to Wednesday.
With all these UFOs and train derailments, you
Just
never
saying,
know,
man,
dude.
You never know.
Yeah, you might be walking outside and then Ohio hits you, with a train derailment.
I
and
really
you're
want to
just
make
fucked.
it to Thursday because I get paid on Thursday, so I can buy some games to go with it.
You're adding days, bro. You're asking for a lot here.
I know. Fortunately, I bought Resident Evil 8 in foresight for this moment.
Oh yeah, for the VR.
When it was on sale like a while ago, I was like, I got it for like $20, you know?
The VR version?
Well, the VR version is just the normal version.
Oh.
You just get the VR
Update
upgrade.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just, I find that pretty sweet, you know?
Hell yeah.
And same with Gran Turismo 7, which is coming to VR. Apparently that is just going to get a whole update. And
Yeah,
the
whole game, right?
Yeah, the whole game. I was watching IGN. Ryan McCaffrey or whatever was talking.
He's the Xbox boy over there.
Yeah, he was talking about the Gran Turismo experience, and he said it was really cool.
Yeah, everybody is saying that it's really dope. Like, if you like car shit.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get that one. Because honestly, I'm not big on, racing games normally.
Yeah.
But I find them really cool in VR just to be able to, pull
Look
up next
around.
to people and, look at their car and, look over there, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
You get such a sense of presence, you know?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be crazy if, there's, some kind of Ghost in the Machines shit where you're just, playing, and you look over at the guy in the car next to you and he, looks over at you and it's just, the NPC and he just, looks over and he's, just says something.
I feel like I would program that into the game just to
Yeah,
fuck with people.
just randomly.
He motions to roll your window down.
You roll it
You
down.
look over and there's a knob in VR and you just roll your window down.
You still have roll down windows and you're Bugatti or whatever the fuck you're racing in. Couldn't afford that.
Supercar
Yeah.
just with a fucking turn thing.
Yeah, it's oh man, my supercar, most of the money went towards the rest of it. I couldn't really afford the bells and whistles, It's you got suicide doors with roll windows. But
you gotta roll the suicide door too. It's like a drawbridge.
it's a whole crank car. But that would be tight though. If I did a VR game, I feel like I would do something like that where just randomly, it's a 1 in 1,000 chance or something that it'll happen.
Yeah.
So
that
just
would be
one
so-
person experiences
Dude,
it.
that would be dope. I would fucking love that.
Yeah, and then you feel you're crazy for the rest of your life.
Everybody's making fun of you. That didn't happen. It's
bro,
the
you need to
Bigfoot
get out of
from
the
Grand Theft
VR,
Auto,
dude.
right?
You need to touch grass, bro.
The one guy who manages to record it, they're all like, "That's a mod, bro. Just
Yeah.
get out of here."
Dude, that would be so tight, though.
That'd be really cool.
But yeah, I am hyped to hear your VR2, your PSVR 2 experiences.
I think I'm gonna bring it up here next
Yes.
time because the PS5 is relatively portable. I mean, it's gigantic, but it's just a cable or two. I can just pick it up and put it in the car and bring it on up here.
And the PSVR 2, you just plug in a USB-C.
Yeah,
there's not all that extra
That's one of
shit.
the biggest upgrades from the last one is you just literally just pop it right in. No breaker box or anything.
You get straight to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be tight. I want to see what Resident Evil 8 looks like in there.
Me too. I want to do that. I think I'm going to get Resident Evil 8. Well, I've already got Resident Evil 8. But I think I'm going to get the Horizon Call of the Mountain game because everybody says it's beautiful.
I'm sure it's beautiful, but I feel like it's going to be really short.
They said it's 8 hours, but it's very, most of the game you're just climbing up stuff.
Yeah, it's very repetitive.
Yeah.
To me, and I've said this before, but, I feel like it's so apt. It reminds me of when the Wii first came out and they did Link's crossbow training. Yeah. And I was like, you're excited because it's like a Zelda thing, and you put it in and you're like, oh. They just wanted to show me how the Wiimotes work.
Yeah.
And it didn't look anywhere near as beautiful as, this.
They said this is like a full, more or less a full-length game, but it's, not an open-world game like Horizon. It's just a linear, shooter game.
That would be crazy if they just made a Horizon.
Like an open-world
Horizon
game.
just this. They just took the game and made it
that would actually be
first
sick.
person.
You could do it. I don't see why you couldn't.
I mean, the combat's
There's a lot
real
of
slidey and
sliding and jumping, but you could manage to you could do that. You could do the slides like a teleport, right? You could have it
wherever you point.
You could have a circle appear on the ground, and then wherever that lands, you could have your character slide to the circle. So it'd do you wouldn't have to be a stupid teleport. It could be you sliding, and you'd see the dirt and everything.
Yeah, so you're
cool.
running, and then you just point. And then
while you're running, you point and then you slide.
It might get in the way of your weapon though, because you'd have to switch from your weapon over to the point.
Well, maybe you could use the PSVR 2's eye tracking to
that'd be cool.
Look where you're gonna slide
and just press a specific
and then
button.
push a specific button and then slide.
That would be tight. See, you need to get into VR development, dude.
I know, man.
I feel like that's some stuff that only somebody who's had as many hours as you in VR could understand. To me, I would have never thought of that. Man, I think a lot of developers in VR are pretty new to it, so they probably don't play it as
the
well.
Studios like Ubisoft and stuff. There are some developers that are built from the ground up, VR developers that just that's all they've done since their inception,
Yeah.
But you see it a lot with Bethesda and stuff when they try to make a foray into VR. It's they have these games with exceptionally good graphics and there's no meat on the bones and no VR interactions, because that's what makes a VR game kind of click is being able to reach out and touch the world. You know what I mean? If it's just static, if there's a balloon in the game or something and you can't
touch
pop it, you know what I mean? It just doesn't matter,
That's what you need to be a consultant. It's VR consultant or whatever.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they had a Spotify Wrapped for VR, where you stand on the most hours in VR, just all together. I wonder if they could do a Spotify Wrapped and they put it up against everybody else who's been using VR.
Huh. I bet I would be in the middle percentile.
You think so?
Yeah, because I'm not in it every day.
Not anymore.
Not
you
anymore.
were for a long time.
It depends if there's a game I like out. When Boneworks or Bone Labs came out, I was playing that every day for a week or two, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, I went on a Pop 1 kick when that came out for a few weeks, So
that's about to be on VR too, right?
I'm not sure.
No, Pavlov, that's what I saw.
Pavlov, yeah. Pavlov is one of those games that I never really got into. I see the appeal with Pavlov, it's cool.
Is it Tarkov? Is that what it is?
No, Pavlov is just kind of Counter-Strike.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of lame.
But it's not I don't know. It's just not for me. You know what I mean?
What's the one that we played a lot? It was a first-person shooter, kind of like paintball almost. You go in one team versus the other, and you gotta plant a bomb or.
Oh yeah, Firewall.
Yeah,
okay,
that one's
one
gonna be
is
dope.
gonna. So they're getting So that one's gonna be Firewall Ultra. It's getting a
Mhm.
sequel, and or I don't know if it's a sequel or if they're taking all
It's
the.
a sequel.
Is it a sequel?
Yeah, because we talked about it on the show.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression that they might just take the old levels and like update
Spruce
them
'em
and
up.
put them in the
No.
new game. Which
It's
I
gonna be a
wouldn't-
whole new game.
I wouldn't be mad if they did that because like some of the old levels are really really good. Like so that's a top-notch fucking game right
Yeah.
there. Like there's something about that. Like okay, like yeah, it's just a standard like Rainbow Six Siege style shooter, but
Mhm.
like there's a mode where you have to like hide bombs, right? And
Yeah.
and some about like looking for your enemy's bombs just feels like a fucking Easter egg hunt. Like you're like on your hands and knees looking under chairs and stuff in the game, you know what I mean? Trying to like see if they put it under a desk or something. I don't know. It's a lot of fun.
It's pretty cool.
And the shooting in that game was really good. I'm really excited about that one. The one thing I am a little worried about with that is like in the first game you had like a sweet fucking gun peripheral that came with the
like
game.
a light gun.
Yeah. And this one you're just going to have like two gun like hand things I think you're gonna have to like hold in front of each other, which is like basically every VR game right now, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's something about that I don't like. Like
Well, because it's not as like it doesn't feel real because you could easily just move one hand over here and like
a lot of people make like makeshift little connectors with like PVC pipes and stuff, and they like grip your controllers. You know?
Couldn't you just use the one from the PS4 or no?
No, because it's a different tracking system altogether. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I could see where it might actually be better in this one though, just because the adaptive triggers.
It's definitely going to be better in the long run, like as far as because okay, first of all, the gun was cool when it worked, but sometimes it had the same problem as like the normal move controllers, and it would just like float off. You know, like you'd be in the middle of a gunfight and your gun would just float the fuck off.
I hate that shit.
You know,
hate it.
Which shouldn't be an issue anymore. The inside-out tracking is totally fixed all that. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, at least
that's what
the
they
Oculus,
say.
You know what I mean? And this is basically using the exact same technology as the Oculus, at least as far as I'm aware. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm sorry if I talk about it a lot.
No, I mean, I brought it up. So outside of VR and the hype for the VR, what have you been up to?
Not much, man. Just working a lot, you know.
Same. Yeah, I've been
playing a lot of video games. Yeah.
Same actually. I'm trying to think if I did anything. I can't really remember what I did this week, but I don't know why. For some reason, I keep feeling like I did something interesting, but then I remember I did nothing interesting.
Hang on, let me check my. Oh, did you watch Physical 100?
I didn't catch this week's episode. I'm on episode 4. I finished episode 4.
Bro, the finale comes out tomorrow, dog.
Shit, I gotta. There's only one episode I missed, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So I think there's not very many episodes. The most recent drop of episodes they did on Valentine's Day was like 2 episodes.
Okay, well then. I might be behind 2 episodes then. Are they doing 2 at a time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for the finale that's coming, which is just going to be the finale, but it might be like a long episode or something. I don't know.
So then you watched episode 6, right? Or through episode 6?
Yes, I think so. Anyways.
Dude, that's such a good show.
I'm really enjoying it. I've been going and watching Chusu Hoon's fucking
UFC.
Fights. Yeah.
Dude, they make it like he's like a god, dude. They love him so much. I like how like he just straight fights the dude like whenever they do the ball.
Dude, for his age, I mean, he's in really good shape.
Yeah, he didn't even start until he was like 40 or something. Isn't that what they said?
Something like that. I know that like he was fighting early UFC when he was in the UFC. Like they came into the UFC and they just threw him to the fucking wolves. Like one of his first fights was like Chris Lieben and then fucking Michael Bisping, and like he basically got beat up by every star in the UFC and then went back to Japan and did well in Japan.
Well, yeah, because I mean he was fighting these fucking monsters over here. But also, I mean, they said he was doing karate and Muay Thai or something.
Yeah, he was like a champion in like other some other sport. I can't remember, like judoku or something like that.
Yeah, and he grew up like from the age of like 6 or something doing that. So
he's
like
a cool dude. Like whatever is, I know he's Japanese and Korean. Like he can, one of his like accomplishments is he like got a gold medal for Japan and some like Asian game thing that's big down there.
Yeah.
And then the next year he won the medal for Korea in the same games or some shit
Oh,
like
okay.
that. So he's like a big deal. You know?
I like how he's got the whole like Conor McGregor look
Yeah.
throughout the show, which I feel like they're doing just to like over hype it. Like I feel like there's a lot of scripted stuff going on, but like
I don't know. I really feel like everybody's a little starstruck by that guy. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I think they are too, definitely. But I think that's their culture though, which is really interesting to see their culture
their
on that.
culture is crazy. They're such good sportsmen. Like,
Oh yeah, it's all about like, I didn't do good, so next time I hope that I can. You know, or it's like it's never like, oh well, they cheated or whatever, or like, oh I should have done better. It's like no. You know, he was a strong opponent, and I'm glad I got to face him. You know,
they're super supportive of like the foreigners too, like Miracle and Nipper and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude. The random tall ass baseball player, like, and then like
so random, bro. I would love to see an American version of that show, bro. Like,
oh,
imagine
gosh.
just every like you get NFL players, MLB players,
UFC
fighters, pro volleyball
bodybuilders,
players,
and like all
that
that shit.
The whole Olympic roster, just
Track stars,
bro.
like.
You could have the physical 1,000 in fucking America.
That'd
you really
take
could.
way too long.
Not if the first competitions were like 500 v 500. You know what I mean?
Gracious. Yeah, no.
You start off with just a massive.
They just make them run at each other and fight to the death.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Just
God.
like whoever remains shall move forward. Yeah, like
like Michael Phelps, just like holding spines
Yeah.
on top of a fucking pile of bodies, just like
he's like just swimming through like blood and shit. Like
that would be the fucking dopest show of all time.
it would be, and it'd be the last episode they ever did because you know everybody would be fucked.
You need to get like a physical 100 from like 10 different countries or whatever, and
then make them compete, and
then
who are all the winners?
Fuck yeah!
It's like
dude. That would be so tight. Dude.
You know we'd win though, because you can't best the U.S. You know what I'm saying? That's
the
just
Russians would come in on steroids.
They're not allowed. Unfortunately.
Yeah, the war. Yeah, they can't.
Yeah, I don't think
no
they're
Russians
allowed. Yeah, we meant Ukrainians.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing though. I think like that would be really tight. The show is actually really entertaining, and probably the most entertainment I've had with like one of those like game shows in just forever. Like it's been so long since I put one on and been like, this is great. But yeah, so I need to catch up on that. But anyways, let's get into currently playing. What have you been playing?
Man, I've been playing that Hogwarts Legacy.
So how have you felt about Hog Leg, dude?
Hog Leg, man, it's C or something like that. You know what I mean?
It gives me a very Far Cry feel to like the gameplay from what I've seen.
Like, it's weird because there's a lot to do. From side quests to just stuff around the world. But a lot of it feels kind of like inconsequential. Like things in the world don't really do anything for you other than like give you XP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, for example, there's astronomy tables all over the world. And you put your telescope on it and you do a cool little puzzle and it line up the stars and then it's like, and then you just get like 80 XP and nothing happens.
Like, fuck.
There's no like
world changes.
yeah, nothing happens there. And it's okay. That's fine. You know, I still do them because it's a fun little puzzle and I get some XP out of it. You know what I mean? But it just doesn't feel very, like, substantial.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, it's not, like, the best game I've ever played. But it's also really, really good. You know what I mean? That's why I say it's like the modern Assassin's Creed series. You know what I mean? Because it is a really good game. You know what I mean? Like, and it's got a lot going for it. Like, okay, pros and cons. Like, pros. The story is good enough to keep me entertained.
It's interesting.
Yeah. The characters are interesting enough to keep me invested. Cons, in the same aspect, they're all just interesting enough. You know what I mean?
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, but, okay, pro. The world design is fantastic. Like, Hogwarts is like perfect. It's like how you always imagined it. You know what I mean? It's like every little nook and cranny, every little statue that's supposed to have a fucking secret passageway behind it does. You know what I mean? And like every little secret place from the book is there. You know what I mean? Like, and it's all just kind of totally reimagined.
Except for the Chamber of Secrets, right?
Well, I don't know, actually, because the Chamber of Secrets is supposed to be... You have to get there through the bathroom, one of the bathrooms, I think. I don't know. You have to be a Parseltongue to get into the Chamber of Secrets, and the only Parseltongue you meet in the game is Ominous. So, I don't think you could get into the Chamber of Secrets, but I'm assuming that it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But you can go basically everywhere else. And another thing I haven't found yet, but I've been looking for, is the Whomping Willow. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it would be
I've heard
alive
that's
yet
not
or
in there.
Oh.
Or at least from Devin, I think, said that he couldn't find it either.
I couldn't find him so far. And maybe Devin said that to me. Maybe that's where
Maybe it wasn't planted at this point.
I don't know. I've been looking for it ever since somebody said that, and but I haven't seen it yet. And yeah, it could just not be planted. You know, there's a chance that maybe it just magically grows super fast. You know what I mean?
I was talking to my sister about it because she's been playing, and she's like obsessed with Harry Potter. Jamila.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah,
she's got like the Horcrux tattoo and all that
cool.
shit.
What's she think about it?
She likes it, but we were talking about how like she's like, yeah, they said there's gonna be like familiar faces, but I haven't seen any so far.
Well, I think by familiar faces they mean like ancestors of people you know.
Well, that's what she said, was like, oh well, there's the Weasley, but she was like, wouldn't, and this was actually my question, wouldn't Dumbledore exist already at this point, because it's based in 1890, right, or something like that, or no, so in the 1800s.
Yeah, it's turn of the century, like.
Yeah, and Dumbledore would have already been 40, like 30 around that time. So like, where is Dumbledore? You know, like,
Would he though?
Yeah, he's like 150 in the movies and in the books. And the movies are based in the 90s.
Okay.
So 100 years prior would have been 1890. In like, he was 150, so he would have been at least 20 something. So
Maybe he was just off working for the ministry or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
just,
you know, like, I'm sure he did other shit after he graduated Hogwarts. I don't really know. I haven't watched the Dumbledore movie or anything, so I don't, you know.
Yeah, that's my question, is like, is he off in America? Like, is he doing the books or whatever? What is it? The books about the creatures or whatever.
The Fantastic Beasts. Or
Yeah.
I don't know. I never watched like I said, I didn't watch the most recent Secrets of Dumbledore or whatever, you know. And in the,
Me either.
You know, in the Dumbledore, younger Dumbledore a little bit, whenever he's talking about like interacting with younger Tom Riddle. But like,
yeah, because so that's the other thing.
You don't get too much out of it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, by the time Tom Riddle comes around, it's 1930. So
okay,
he shows up like by that time Dumbledore's already like in his 60s, technically, or 50s, not 60s. He'd be in his 50s at that point. So he's already older, you know. It's just weird, like that they chose this time knowing that Dumbledore was around and of age to where he should be popping up. So I wonder if in the DLC or something, like, he's going to make an appearance. That's what the only reason I bring it up.
I'm still not entirely confident that he won't just pop up
in the game.
In the game, you know?
I feel like I would have heard something.
Because, okay, so like I've read online that apparently there's not many differences in like what house you pick or whatever, but I've proven from experience that that's not true, like, because I know people, like everybody I know that's gone in the Hufflepuff house has had some kind of cool ass quest where they got to go to Azkaban. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard that too.
And I didn't get to do that. Fucking Ravenclaw's stupid ass fucking no nonsense.
Also, I want to know why everybody is like suddenly on Hufflepuff's dick. Like, everybody's like, oh yeah, dude, Hufflepuff.
Because when you get to be an adult and you really sit down and analyze yourself, you hope that you're a Hufflepuff.
Do you?
You hope that you're lighthearted. You hope that you take the world less seriously. You think about, especially if you're like one of the whimsical dreamers that read Harry Potter as a kid. I think most of us like to think of ourselves as, I think, you know.
How'd you end up as a Ravenclaw then? What's a Ravenclaw's personality?
Because I thought the Sorting Hat was going to ask me a bunch of questions, right? So I was like,
I thought it doesn't.
it asks you like 2 questions.
Oh, okay.
I thought there was going to be like a lot,
questionnaire.
you know? So I was ready to like just go through the whole thing and then have it just put me wherever, you know?
Yeah.
So I was going to answer honestly or whatever. And it gives me like a really obvious question that's basically asking what house you want to be in. You know what I mean? It's like, do you want the wisdom or the, you know? And I was like, okay, the wisdom, you know, assuming there would be more questions. And then it was like, all right, you're Ravenclaw. I was like, all right, I guess I'm fucking Ravenclaw. Same with the wand thing, you know. There's like the wand chooses the wizard, Harry. So I just let the fucking wand choose me, and I ended up with this stupid looking like gray wand. But it's like that's part of the experience. You know?
Yeah.
In the wizarding world, you wouldn't get to choose like how cool your wand looked because the wand would choose you.
Yeah.
You know. So maybe next playthrough I'm gonna go like
Choose
Slytherin
what you
or something.
want.
My
Yeah.
sister just did 100% run on Slytherin or some shit like
Damn.
that. So, and she said she really enjoyed it. So I might do that next. I might do Gryffindor actually because I haven't met a single person who's done Gryffindor. I've met Hufflepuffs and Slytherins, and I'm doing Ravenclaw. But I haven't met anybody who's done Gryffindor, so I might just
Watch
go.
it, if you do Gryffindor, it's like a whole different game. Like everybody's just been avoiding it. Because, well, and that's the other thing though is like I think it's like less like how it's inconsequential. Like what you do in the world kind of has been keeping me from wanting to play it. But at the same time, I know I'm gonna play it. I'm just kind of waiting for it to die down on the price a little bit. But
So like, I will say this, you know, like. People will know what you do, you know, like there are quests where you like have, you know, like outcomes as a result of the quest that can affect what's going on in the world, you know what I mean? But like what house you pick is what I'm saying. Is not going to affect the overall story.
I just meant the quests and stuff like on a level of like if you get the you know the what are they called? Like the killing curse and all that shit.
Oh yeah, but
the dark arts. You can't just go use it on the the fucking teachers at the school. Like you can't. Not that I would want to, or maybe I'd want to.
Though,
but you can't do that in the game. That part kind of threw me off. And when you learn them, they don't really give a fuck if you do learn them. It doesn't affect your game.
I am just blasting off unforgivable curses right in front of everybody.
Yeah, like everyone's like, "Oh, dope, man."
But it does affect your game in the sense that like
makes it too easy.
You have to go down a pretty dark road to get the curses, and like you know, let's just say some doors you can't close.
Some doors you can't
unopen.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, but wait. So, like you kill people? Does that happen? Like you don't have to tell me who or what, but like, is there a level of like?
Well, I don't really know actually. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm at a point in the story where like, okay, every time I go on a side quest with Sebastian, it gets darker and darker. And, like, he's getting eviler and eviler. He's almost on some Palpatine shit at this point.
He's
you
like,
know what
do
I mean?
it. And you're like...
And, like, we keep learning unforgivable curses together, you know? And at first he was cool about it, but now he's kind of being all weird. And now every time I cast Crucio around him, he's like, oh, I like that curse. Ha ha! It's like, all right, chill, Sebastian. God damn.
He's like, you know... he's like, I really think we should learn more.
No, for real, though. And then, like... So I already know what's coming because he's like his whole ploy is to like save his sister by any means necessary. So he's like delving into the dark arts to like try to find a cure for her like disease or whatever. And so like the last time I met up with him, he's like, I think I figured it out. He's like, we have to make a dark sacrifice. He's like, meet me at the altar. I'll convince Anne to come. And Anne's the person he's trying to save. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get there and we're going to be the dark sacrifice. And then we're either going to have to kill or be killed against him. I don't know. That's my thought here. You know, I don't really know.
Wait, Anne, is that his sister?
Anne's his sister.
Why does he want to sacrifice her?
No, he doesn't. He wants to, I think, okay.
Oh, he's going to sacrifice you. And you're going to have to kill Sebastian.
Okay, he's either going to sacrifice me and try to save her with my sacrifice, or we're going to sacrifice our buddy Ominous together. I don't know. Either way, I can't imagine this is gonna go good.
Yeah,
you know what I
sounds
mean?
like Lord of the Flies
Yeah.
type shit.
And then she's definitely never gonna talk to us again if we kill one of us in front of her. You know what I mean?
I mean, well, you just saved her life, so she should be a little bit more, thankful for that.
I don't even know if I want to fuck with this quest anymore, but it's like I'm so deep down the rabbit hole. It's like I might as well just see how it plays out. But
Honestly,
then it's like they keep saying, "Oh, we're gonna tell the headmaster," and I'm like, "What if they like?" I don't know. What if something goes like I don't want to like ruin the main quest somehow, but I don't know if that's even.
I haven't read anywhere or seen anybody say anything about their game being affected by going down the whole Sebastian line.
I have noticed that like when I talk to professors now, they're like they always mention my like extracurricular activities with like
we have
disappointing-
noticed you've been murdering people all over.
Literally torturing people with unforgivable curses. But
you use Crucio quite a bit.
And I also have a problem. Okay, one of my problems with the game. I love the game, by the way. It sounds like I'm talking shit, but I
know
really
what
enjoy this game. I hate how the main character sounds like fucking Harry Potter.
I did notice that, yeah.
He sounds like fucking Daniel Radcliffe. And it's like, I almost wish I had picked the girl character because it's just like...
different.
I just don't want Harry Potter,
Yeah.
I don't want the character Harry Potter as my character.
Yeah,
okay.
you want to be you.
Yeah, I want to be me, you know?
But see, that's the thing is like, I feel like they should have put more voice options from the things I've seen.
Yeah.
Here's like the list. It's like more voice options, more substantial quests that affect the way that people react to you. Not just, oh, I see you've been doing something, but more like
of a morality
like
system.
you fucked up now.
Yeah.
Like now the whole town's against you. You know, like or like you're no longer allowed at Hogwarts. Like you should be able to create your own group of Death Eaters and like just destroy Hogwarts at the end. Like
that would be sick.
That would be fucking dope.
Honestly, I think this game's gonna get a sequel, no doubt.
Oh, of
it's
course.
Like the most. It's like selling like hotcakes.
Oh,
right now,
dude, literally.
So I think things to improve on the next one for sure. All the things you just said. You know what I mean? Definitely more enemy variety.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's okay. One thing I do like is the beast capturing. Like, the room of requirement in general is just, like, where I've spent a lot of my time. Like, you can there's the room of requirement, and you can, like, set up your potion stations and your, flower growing things and, like, your fucking statues and your beast terrarium. So you can go into, like, these different environments and catch beasts around the world.
I've seen that. I've seen Devin's little terrarium. That's pretty cool.
I've got, like, 3 different sections. I've got, like, a swamp and a grassland and a beach area. And, like, you can go around the world, and there's, like, shinies, like Pokemon.
Nice.
I've got a shiny, he's, like, my pride and joy. He's a shiny moon-eyed thing. I can't remember what they're called. Mooncalf. I got a shiny mooncalf.
They look like those, like the new Thai baby things, like with the giant eyes. Like
I got one of
marbly eyes.
those, bro. And
That's
he's shiny.
cool.
And I got unicorns. I breed unicorns. It's excellent.
But do you drink their blood? Yeah, that's I want. Not that I would do it because like every time I want to play evil in a game, it never works. But like I do want that that option just in the air that like some students could go out in the woods and then they just find me just slurping on fucking unicorn blood. Like
that would be sick. Honestly, I think in the next game maybe have like a really hard morality system where it's just like Fable style. You know what I mean?
That's what we need. Fable, KOTOR, like that. It's like the fact that it's been done back on the original Xbox should be just a normal thing. Like it's so what's the word for it? Just immersive.
Yeah.
I feel like the immersion breaks when you can just do straight evil shit and nobody says anything to you. But like,
I don't really think they intended for people to be evil in this game as much as like everybody's kind of leaning into it. Like, because
the one of the creators of the game actually said that he was like, we want you to be able to go as evil as you want or as like as Harry Potter as you want.
Wow.
Like.
Well, then you definitely can't go as evil as you want. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like they overstated that option. But, this is like the first game, so maybe in the next one it'll be more immersive. Also DLC, like, there's no.
It is pretty dark for a Harry Potter story, though. I mean, people are dying left and right. You know what I mean? Like, your character makes very dark comments after he kills a group of people. You know what I mean?
He's like, wow, that was fun. No, I'm just it's very par the course of Harry Potter, though. I mean, like, the whole idea of Voldemort, like, trying to murder a pregnant woman, like, it's pretty dark from the get-go.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there.
Like, literally, the whole story, it's not even he tried. He did murder her. Or she wasn't pregnant, but she, after he killed her, he was like, oh, I need to kill this infant in the cradle for no reason. And then, like, and that's the whole plot of the that's what starts the plot. So this orphan child who's being abused by his fucking aunt and uncle living under the staircase. Like, there's so much darkness to Harry Potter, but I think that's what makes it so good, is that it, like, kind of, it makes it real, where, like, I think a lot of people try to stay away from dark aspects of things because they're like, I just want my comfort food. And it's like, but it's not deep for me. Like, I have to have that connection to something that could possibly be real. Like, as fucked up as it's like, I can relate more to Harry Potter because he's got bad shit happening to him. It's hard to relate to characters where nothing goes wrong.
Yeah.
Like, where it's just like, yeah, it's a great day. No, like, Harry Potter is a fucking parcel tongue, and everybody's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, he's never accepted fully. Like, even when he's doing things right, there's always something going on, and, like, the world around him is just fucked off.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, anyways, I love Harry Potter. I don't know. All that to say that.
I agree. Yeah, the game itself is really good too. So I haven't finished it yet, but I've sunk like 40 hours into it or something like that. So I've been just playing it a lot. I'm trying to do every side quest that comes up. So
yeah, isn't it like, so how many hours is the game? It's like 60 hours, right?
I think if you just blast through the main missions, it's only like 30 hours. But I'm like way past that at this point, and I don't feel close to done.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I mean? I feel like I'm like, I feel like I'm like 60% through with the game, but I don't know, like, it just, the story beat feels like it's not.
Does it show you a percentage?
It shows you like a percentage of challenges you've completed,
okay.
but that's like totally different, I think.
It's like side quests and shit like that.
Not even. That's just like like kill 100 goblins kind of thing, and then they give you a cool
achievements
outfit. You know
something.
what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
A lot of cool cosmetic rewards in the game.
It's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. I've just been like, I literally have it in my cart on Steam. I'm just like trying to build it up in my brain to just be like, yeah, just spend $60, like, or whatever. So
I will say this: it does not perform very well on my 2060. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I've heard it's a pretty fucking good, like, hefty game. So, like, or whenever it comes to visuals and stuff like that. So I imagine the optimization's pretty hard for those. I guess the 2060's not really an older card.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and like, okay, 1080p, I can get medium, like, settings across the board, fucking, and like, I can get an acceptable, like,
that's crazy.
60 frames. I'll get up into the 70s and 80s in like the castle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but once you're out in the world.
But once I'm out in the world. So what I've been playing lately is like 4K DLSS, like, performance, and then low settings, and that's the best it looks, actually, because the HDR colors
makes
are like
it pop.
Fucking, like, it's worth the fucking hit, and the fucking, I could.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go high 1080p with the 2060, you can get, like, it'll dip into like the 40s and stuff, and it gets all, I don't know.
Yeah.
The Steam Deck handles it pretty good, actually. You can do like a mix of low and medium settings, and in most places you got a stable 60.
That's weird to me that it works on there, but not your 2060. I imagine with the 2080.
It's all about the AMD GPU, probably. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I think it's the same reason it works well with the modern consoles, because it's got that RDNA 3.
Yeah.
fucking
Dude,
structure or whatever.
I have no idea how they're gonna put this game on Switch. Like, it just
That's what the fuck I'm saying.
like,
bro.
there's no fucking way. I bet you they're gonna cancel that.
No, they're just gonna have to make it look fucking.
No, or they'll stream it. Like, they'll do.
They better not fucking stream it.
Dude, it's the Switch. What do you mean?
They got to get those people who did The Witcher. I think if you if you
lower it down,
dumb it down to Witcher style, you know what I
just
mean?
take all the textures out, like,
Even on
just
the-
like smooth potatoes. Like,
I will say this: even on the lowest settings, it looks incredible.
really,
Like, it's really a visually pleasing game.
It
you know?
it is.
And there's not a very much of a difference between the low and the high.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? Which is weird. Like Ultra, it's like it just goes crazy. But you got to have like a 30 series or better to like fucking. Or maybe the 2080 could probably handle that. But like,
Yeah, that's a 2080 Ti, so I imagine it would be pretty.
It's
dope.
even got a host of like ray tracing features on it. If you've got a real motherfucking GPU, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Jamila is playing it on her laptop. She has a 3070 on her
70?
laptop,
Oh.
so imagine it looks great.
I bet that's stupid.
But I don't
In
know
the
if like
best
the
way.
laptop version of a 3070 is anywhere near as powerful as an actual 3070. Like, I don't really know.
It's probably a little dumbed down, but it's
Yeah.
probably still better than like any 20 series desktop.
Oh, yeah, for
fucking-
sure.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. But yeah, so outside of the Harry Potter, I've been playing actually more Game Boy Advance stuff, but I like last week I talked about all the Switch stuff that I was playing on the Game Boy Advance. Beat everything basically on there, and so but I was like in the mood for more Game Boy Advance because, like I said last week, I didn't get to have that era of video games. Like, I jumped straight from Game Boy Color to the DS. Like, my brother had a Game Boy Advance SP. I had a Game Boy Advance Micro, but after I already had a DS. So I only had like a couple games, and then it broke. And then I just didn't have an Advance. So
What games do they have on there already?
right now they got Minish Cap. They got Metroid Prime something. I forget which one.
The Fusion or whatever?
No, I think it's 0 Hour or
Oh,
something.
okay.
Or I can't remember. But they got that. They got Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which is like the sequel to Mario RPG. And then there's like a puzzle game. They got a bunch of stuff. WarioWare Inc. Like the original one. Yeah, so it's all fucking Gucci. And then they got a bunch of Game Boy games. Like, there's separate things. There's Game Boy Color and Game Boy on one app.
Have they put
There's Game Boy
Mario Golf on there yet?
No. The Camelot games are probably going to be coming soon, though.
You already know. That's what they need.
They're going to. They showed that in the direct. Like, they were like coming soon, and they got Golden Sun and like a couple of other like dope RPGs and stuff.
Mario Golf and Mario Tennis are like essential.
Oh yeah,
and Pokemon trading card game.
That's coming
essential.
too.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, and that's
I've been
gonna
playing
be
that
beautiful.
on my Steam Deck. Fucking, that's a nostalgia city right there, dude. Like,
oh yeah, and so that's what I did. So like I was like, okay, I haven't played any of the Game Boy Advance games, and after playing Minish Cap, I'm like, that was a fucking awesome game.
Great game,
Yeah,
right?
took me. That's actually made by Capcom.
What?
Yeah, that was so like after Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, like I'm pretty sure it was Capcom. I know it wasn't the original. It wasn't like.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's not Shigeru Miyamoto.
It's such a good game. It really has that spirit of a Zelda game. Like,
it feels different though. It like
Yeah.
it almost it feels the same, but like the fact that his hat is like the talking like that's kind of weird. Like it's not something you normally see in a.
I love it though,
because
he's always got that like anthropomorphic thing that's like helping him, like the
True.
sword from fucking Skyward Sword or the boat from fucking Wind Waker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I like the Kinna stones or whatever they're called. Like,
oh yeah.
That stuff is cool
That
because
was really cool.
yeah, that's like something that you just never see in a Zelda game. Is something like that. That's how you know it was made by somebody different as well. But like, it felt like an open world. Like it felt like a real
really
game.
Did. I was just gonna say it'd be cool to see a remake of that game in like 3D,
like how they did with Link's Awakening.
bro.
That would be so cool.
Or even like fuck that, like just go like a
Actual
fucking
3D.
actual 3D, like behind the shoulder, like Just,
oh yeah,
just
third
the
person.
shrinking down mechanics would be so crazy and like.
Oh yeah, like that would be dope. But yeah, so after playing that and the Superstar Saga, and that was like 30 hours right there.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
a lot of
fuck.
gameplay right there.
Oh yeah, I was like, I need more Game Boy Advance, and I know that Advance Wars Reboot Camp is coming out. That's got Advance Wars 1 and 2 like
Oh,
rebooted.
yeah.
That's coming in like 2 months or so. And I was like, fuck, I've never played Advance Wars though. So like,
Those are supposed to be really good.
it's really fucking good. It's literally just which the other game I've been playing, Fire Emblem, for the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, that's such a good game.
Yeah, I'm done with like
Is
the
that
whole
on
first.
the thing?
Not yet. It's
Oh,
it's coming
okay.
on the next round. They
That's a
said.
dope ass.
So-
Okay, Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem might be my favorite Fire Emblem.
It's really good, dude.
It's so good,
Yeah.
dude. I like the characters. I like the story, the art. Everything about it is just
Oh
excellent.
yeah, it's
Like,
real chill too.
Yeah.
Like
Except when one of your characters dies and you cry for like a
well,
fucking
they
week.
never die though. Like so, I did lose a character, but they don't die in this one.
they don't
They
come
just
back.
leave. Yeah, they
Like-
they're like, oh man, I'm too wounded. I'm gonna get out of here. like
they might as well be dead though.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like
So, and I didn't realize that they don't actually die. I just assumed in like Fire Emblem games, if they got killed, they were dead.
yeah.
So that was a little weird to me at first. I was like, oh, they just leave the battlefield. They're just like, peace out, bro. Like I can't ever fight with you again. But like,
Ever.
yeah, that's how it goes. But it's cool because like if you keep them alive, you get opportunities to do different things on the battlefield. So
Yeah.
like it's like a character from the last chapter. So like I completed the whole first chapter with like the chick Lind or whatever, and then you start with a new, like in chapter 2, it's a whole different story with a different character, but some of the characters from the last chapter start showing up, if they survived in the last one.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
like, so on my team, I had like this chick who in the first chapter showed up with like her side person who was with her, but they split ways. Like at the end of the chapter, it tells you like what happened to everybody. It's like she went on her way this way and he went that way. And then basically in one of the battles, he shows back up in the town and he's just kind of standing there off to the side. But if you take that character, the girl, and go up, you can like recruit him. You can be like, hey, well, I'm here with, Jamel, the guy that was helping us whenever we were with Lind or whatever. And so like it's cool how they do things like that, or how you can go
Yeah.
and visit villages and like stuff all within the little map, you know,
Yeah.
it makes it so open and detailed.
It really does.
But I love that game. I've been playing that, and then I was like, well, let me try Advance Wars, because on Reboot Camp, even if I've already played the first one, it comes with 1 and 2 on Reboot Camp, so I can just play the rebooted version of 2, and I already know how everything works.
Yeah.
So, dude, oh my gosh, Advance Wars is so cool. It's like just like a military version of
Oh, so
Fire
you already
Emblem.
got it.
I just got the ROM.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I haven't gotten Reboot Camp, so I'm just playing the
What
first
was it
Advance Wars.
originally on? DS?
No, Advance.
Oh, okay, Advance.
Advance
Oh,
Wars.
okay, duh.
Yeah.
Advance Wars.
So Advance Wars 1 and 2 are both on the DS. They're not on the Game Boy Advance. And
Did they reboot it or something on DS? Or like I feel like
I think there might have been a DS version, but 1 and 2 are the ones that everybody knows.
interesting. Okay.
And
cool.
you're probably thinking of Battalion Wars, which was on GameCube, which was
Okay.
like a 3D looking, kind of like Advance Wars. I think it's made by the same people. I could be wrong, but it's literally Fire Emblem but with military, and like you don't pick up characters. You just like you play as like different characters, like almost like if you think in Yu-Gi-Oh, where there's like a paladin or whatever they're called, so like it's like, oh, you can play as Max or this guy, and they each have their own special power that they can use after a certain amount of turns on the map, and like you're facing this guy and he's got these ones, but it's all like it shows the map just like Fire Emblem, but it's so much more detailed, honestly.
More
Like
detailed? Interesting.
yeah, like you'll get like little units that are specifically for carrying 2 units further than like if so like it doesn't have any weapons, but like you can use it strategically to say like, okay, I need to go and grab these 2 like towers. Like there'll be like cities, and if you take the towers, then you start getting currency like every turn that can go towards like buying new vehicles or whatever, or new infantry and stuff like that. And so like it's like I need to get there quick though, so I can, because it takes 2 turns to take the city. So like you hop your 2 little infantrymen in, and you can go further inside that car and then just drop them out, and then you have to wait the turn, and then there's like a helicopter that can carry certain things, and then
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, dude, there's so many cool ideas in that game. It's like chess, or I guess like Risk or something. I don't know, but it's so good, and I've been addicted to that shit, and it's hard as hell. Like after you get to a certain point, so. I'm excited for Reboot Camp now because I just want to play through 1 and 2 with like the new graphics and all that shit. So
that's coming to Switch?
Yes.
Cool. That's exciting.
I'm thinking like April. But and then Atomic Heart is coming out at midnight tonight. I've already got it pre-installed, so I want to see how that goes.
Yeah, it's been getting decent reviews. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like it's like a bunch of 8s. Even I've seen a 9, and then there's like 3 or 4 that gave it like a 4. I'm like, how do you have like 6 8s and 9s and then 4s? Like, so I don't know if it's because it's Russian.
I've heard that the main character is basically like fucking Duke Nukem, and he's really obnoxious. But other than that, the game is really good. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like the writing is really bad apparently, and the story's kind of stupid. But like the gameplay and
fun.
the art is really
the world.
good.
Yeah. Like the graphics are beautiful for some reason.
So crazy looking, dude.
So crispy.
Like, I would. Ooh. I wish it makes me wish I had a Series X to like play it on. Like,
oh yeah, dude, it's gonna be nice.
I already know that's gonna be beautiful. Like,
But anyways, yeah, that's it for currently playing. Unless you've been playing something else.
Just Harry Pottering it up.
Word. So just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We're simply bringing them all to one place for you. This first one I just wanted to get to because it's not really video game related. But I did just want to say that they announced a live action Lilo and Stitch remake.
What?
With Zach Galifianakis is in it.
What?
But they haven't said who he is yet.
He's got to be Stitch.
No way. No, I think there's no way. They're probably just gonna get Stitch to play. Like,
who the fuck could Zach Galifianakis be? He better be the ice cream guy
like
who drops
Pleakley.
Ice cream on his fucking stomach in the beginning of the movie.
That would probably be him, or like I'm thinking Pleakley though. I feel like he's gonna be like a live action version of Pleakley. Yeah, the like annoying alien.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, that's got to be it. There's no way he's like
he doesn't fit into the.
Maybe he's the like the bad guy alien.
Maybe.
Okay. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he's got to be an alien. That's the only thing that works, or a government agent, but that doesn't really work.
Oh, what if? No, that would be bad. Because, like, that guy's serious and, like, kind of dad-like, where you're just like, yeah, he's a nice guy. But, I mean, he's like a hater, but he's nice at the same time. I don't know. But I just thought it was interesting that we're getting a live-action fucking Lilo and Stitch.
I don't know how I feel about that. You know, Lilo and Stitch is already, like, a perfect movie, we don't need to do it again.
Though I feel like Lilo and Stitch has been slept on since our generation. Like only our generation really cared for it, and no generation after really has a window into Lilo and Stitch because.
But it's so timeless. Like the art is good. You can appreciate it now, even.
Yeah, but it's never hyped up like other Disney movies. You know what I'm saying?
It should be though.
When we went to Disney World, there was like I told you, there's like a Stitch, like a guy in a Stitch costume, and literally like no one gave a fuck. Like everybody was like was just like up on this stage, and there was like 2 people down there, just like Stitch.
Bro, I'm forcing my kids to watch Lilo and Stitch at gunpoint, bro.
At gunpoint. They're like, we'll watch it willingly.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
And we're not watching the Zach Galifianakis bullshit. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely going to have to make my kids watch that movie. I think it's a good one. Ohana means family,
Ohana means family.
Say it. Family means no one gets left behind. Or
right.
Or forgotten. No, anyways, what you got?
Okay. Let's see. 2023 has seen mass layoffs in tech and gaming sectors.
What?
But over at Sega, the House of Sonic has announced a 30% salary increase for employees beginning in July.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Get that raise, bro.
Yeah.
That's because the first game they've sold, that sold more than like what they were expecting in like
they
50
finally
years.
sold the game. They're like, all right, guys, we're back in the money. Raises for everyone.
Yeah, it's been it's been an incredible year. We haven't had a year where we sold like this since 1993.
For real though. Yeah, that's good though. It's good to see them splitting the wealth a little bit with everybody.
Of course.
I mean, especially considering that like the new Sonic game probably did great and all, but like
the movie.
It probably. Oh yeah, I didn't even think. Oh yeah, they probably
the movies are doing.
They probably are cleaning up. Hold up.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, until Mario comes through with the
can't-
animated film and just fucks them again.
Yeah.
They're like, God damn it, stop
They
it.
can't catch a break from that fucking plumber guy.
No, dude. I'm so excited for that movie, bro.
It's gonna be really good.
It's going to be so good. It's going to be short and sweet. It's like an hour and 30 minutes. They're not trying to do
I don't
like
want it
4
to
hour.
overstay its welcome.
Yeah, and it's already got all these crazy Easter eggs in the previews and that references. Oh man, I'm excited. Okay, so let's see. Do we have anything interesting? I think this one is very important for all of you out there playing that new EA game, Wild Hearts. Omega Force is working on fixing the performance issues for Wild Hearts on PC, and a patch is slated to come next week for the game. Quote, Omega Force are working continuously to improve performance and optimize the game for a wide variety of hardware specs across future updates, Omega Force said in a statement on Reddit. We have a patch coming next week that addresses a CPU bottleneck problem the team discovered. This should improve performance across mid to high-end CPUs. The team is also actively working on DLSS and FSR support, which will arrive in a future patch. So on Steam, many users have pointed out the game's performance issues such as inconsistent and low frame rates, as well as audio bugs. Users have also poked fun at the PC version too, leaving comments like, buy our game today and we promise it'll work next week. And the price is higher than the FPS you will be able to pull in this game. So a lot of people are hating on it, but one of my buddies, Rakondo on Discord, has been playing it and he's enjoying it. So
Cool.
it's like it's Monster Hunter, but
I was going to say I saw that and I didn't really know what it was,
yeah, it's literally Monster Hunter, but made by EA. I guess like, you have all these like it's just like a clone. I feel like it's weird that nobody's made a Monster Hunter game except for Monster Hunter, like
Yeah.
so it's really not that surprising. Yeah, and it's supposed to be way more what's the word for it? Like easy to get into than Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter is like notorious for having like 4 hour
So nuanced. It's kind of yeah.
tutorials, and then you still don't know the game until you've played for like 100 hours, and then you start to play the game. It's like, I'm good, bro. I'm good. But anyways, what you got?
Okay, let's see. Metroid Prime Remaster. Okay, I'm not even going to read this. Apparently, Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime 3 are still going to come to the Switch at some point. So if you just got done playing Metroid Prime Remastered and you just can't get enough Metroid Prime, don't worry, because you're going to get 2 and 3 also at some point, but they won't be remastered like Metroid Prime 1 was. But you can probably expect them to have like the updated controls.
Yeah.
So.
I honestly think that Metroid Prime looked better than both of those games, like originally, because
The first one?
Yeah, because the other two came out on the Wii, like, and the Wii was just like notoriously fucking ugly as shit whenever it came to its games, Like,
I mean, technically speaking, the Wii Metroid Prime games looked a lot better than the first one. I mean, if you go back and like play the ROM for both of them back to back, you know what I mean?
Does the Wii one look better?
It looks way better.
Okay, I didn't know that.
But see, I mean, you're talking about the Wii versus the GameCube, and they had a little bit of extra power to flex on the Wii.
Barely any extra.
A little bit of extra power.
I honestly feel like they just like gave it like just a little bit.
Although I will say the original Metroid Prime looks fucking incredible. I mean,
oh yeah,
it almost looks the same to me, really. Like 1, 2, and 3 really look about
pretty
the same
similar
to me.
Yeah, the I don't think the Wii was much more powerful than the GameCube, but the remaster looks beautiful.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure.
It's nice.
There's lots of little like rivets on the gun and stuff they added, which are cool, I think.
Yeah, and the fact you got like actual dual stick controls
Yeah, that
and
makes
all
a
that
big
shit.
difference.
Though I wonder how that affected the gameplay, because the game is based around the fact you can't just run around.
Probably way better, dude.
Probably way easier. I would imagine,
Yeah,
like
way
shooting
easier,
wise.
yeah.
But anyways, here, you do another one. I gotta use the restroom real quick.
All right, let's see. The next Metro game sounds like it's deep in development. So much so that the game is reportedly fully playable at this point. That means an official reveal could arrive at some point in this year for the first-person shooter. It says FPS, but when I see FPS, I think frames per second, and it just throws my brain off there. This all comes from a new report by Insider Gaming, which suggests a 2024 release date is possible for the Metro Exodus sequel, which is kind of a weird thing considering this whole article is about how the game is fully playable already, but whatever. Supposedly, a dream sequence kicks off the start of the new game. Then you wake up at your base of operations before engaging in the franchise's key elements of stealth, survival, crafting, and firefights. I don't know, man. Like, why 2024 if it's fully playable? That's all I gotta say.
Which game?
Apparently, there's a Metro Exodus sequel coming. A new Metro game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
somebody cares.
I feel like Metro Exodus is, or just Metro in general, is like one of those games where it looks prettier than it actually it looks better than the game actually is fun. So it's like
the Order 1886 or whatever that game was.
Yeah, I'm more excited for Stalker 2. Like I'm very excited for Stalker 2. Like I just can't wait for that game, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't really like the other Stalker games very much. You know what I mean? Well, I know they're old.
They're so old.
And it's like, so...
Have you seen the gameplay for the Stalker 2?
Not recently.
It's fucking beautiful, dude.
I've seen screenshots that look incredible. You know what I mean? But
watch the gameplay.
Okay.
And like the open world aspect, it's very survival focused, like but not like
I was supposed to say, I don't know. That's kind of a turn off for me.
Not in the way of like, oh, I need to go cut down
Look
trees and shit like that.
Like.
No, it's more like I feel like it's got like a Escape from Tarkov feel to it, like in a way. I don't really know how to explain what it is, but the fact that it's open world and all this stuff, and it's coming to Game Pass day one, like I'm hyped to get into it, and it just looks so fucking good graphics wise. Like, what's up with Russia and Ukraine making these beautiful graphic games?
Right.
Like they should like stop fighting and get together and make games.
Yeah, just think about what they could accomplish if they just stopped this war and just started making great games.
Great games, dude. Yeah, just fucking do what you gotta do. But yeah, I'm hyped for that. Let's see here.
I'm hyped for Starfield, bro. That's what I'm looking forward to.
When is that coming out? That's like
it's supposed to be like 3 months away, and they haven't said shit about it. So
they're supposed to do like a showcase here pretty soon, right? Like to show off a bunch of shit about it.
They gotta have an announcement for like the actual day it comes out at that showcase. You know what I mean? They have to.
Or they just like delay it to next year. Let's see. This one I think is fairly important because we didn't know if this was going to happen or not. So E3 2023 is still going ahead, even though Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo are reportedly skipping the showcase.
Good.
And Ubisoft's top boss seemingly isn't sure.
Well, fuck. Come on, guys.
It's Lance Finsterman told The Verge, quote, E3 is full speed ahead, and we are pleased with the progress and engagement from the community. As we have confirmed exhibitors, we are eager to share more as details get cemented and participants ready their own detailed plans. Finsterman went on to say that with Reed Pop's other events, the company doesn't usually announce participants until closer to kickoff. However, the executive told The Verge that the company will adjust our style to the E3 way as we can. So I think E3 this year is gonna be so sad.
It's just gonna be Devolver Digital standing on stage with a flamethrower and like a fucking whistle, just like fucking going crazy. Like,
Yeah, and then like the sprinkler system kicks in, like you see the janitor come and like push them out, like, like it's over, boys. You can't keep coming back here.
it's so sad, dude.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I don't either, but I think E3, even what E3 was is kind of gone. You know, like even when they did it last year or whatever, it wasn't the same. You know, like
Yeah.
it's like, you know, the E3 we grew up with was like this fucking just amazing event.
Magical,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like Disney World for fucking gamers, you know.
Yeah, it really was.
You know, you got fucking Samuel L. Jackson busting out and like random actors like The Rock,
He
dude,
was always there.
showing the Xbox.
Oh my
And
god.
then fucking Bill Gates would just like walk out for some reason and like all this stuff. And now it's just like whatever, you know. They just kind of do like a
yeah. Who cares?
we'll just do a digital like, you know, event or whatever.
No soul anymore.
No. What, you got anything else?
Oh yeah, let's see. The current season of Fortnite is now slated to end a few days earlier than planned. Chapter 4, Season 1 of Fortnite will now end on March 8th, 2 days earlier than expected. Epic Games took to Twitter to announce the new end date, but did not specify the reason for the sudden change. To make up for the lost days, players can log in each day starting March 2nd to get a boost of supercharged XP, which will drastically increase the amount of XP you earn during matches.
Shit. Yeah, that's cool. I need supercharged XP.
Supercharged XP.
Yeah, I guess it's technically news, but you know, they finally dropped the season 2 for Warzone 2.0, and we got our stats now.
Shit.
It's a new resurgence map, which
I can
is
see
like,
how bad I am at the game.
yeah,
now.
dude. You see
In
that
real time.
time, dude. It's quick. But weird thing about that is that they mix your KD on the resurgence map with the main battle royale map, so like you can just kind of cheat your way into having a great KD if you're decent, because you can just drop on the resurgence map and just fucking kill everybody. But anyways, a lot of the changes they made are great. Like you can sprint now while you're putting plates in instead of having to fucking slow down super slow. There's no more backpacks, which is fucking amazing. I hated the backpacks. So like now whenever you like kill someone, their weapons and shit just fall all over the floor.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it went back to that. There's no more backpack shit. You actually carry a backpack, so you can like keep stuff you know, like on your person, you know, like, or carry more stuff on your person, but it doesn't you know, like fall. Like you don't have to sort through somebody's backpack when you kill them. You don't whenever you open a chest, you don't have to like literally open the chest and like look through it. It just like all falls on the floor.
That's so much better.
Oh,
I
yeah.
prefer that, you know, Fortnite style.
Oh,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. Let me go make sure this door is open. You keep going if you got anything.
All right, yeah, I got one. The Sami Council, an organization representing indigenous people from Finland, Russia, Norway, and Sweden, is calling on Square Enix to immediately remove Final Fantasy XIV's Northern Attire cosmetic set from the game, claiming the items as Sami cultural property. The Northern Attire set consists of boots, gloves, tunic, bottoms, and a hat for Square Enix's popular MMORPG that can be currently purchased from its in-game shop for $18. Square Enix describes the items set as sporting gorgeous traditional embroidery hand-stitched by professional artisans, and says players can use it to weather the winter in comfort and style. The Sami Council has taken issue with the set, which looks to be heavily inspired by traditional Sami clothing, but without the council's consent, and is demanding it be removed from the game. Quote,
Damn.
our cultural property rights are not theoretical, Aslat Holmberg, president of the Sami Council, says in a press release. They are protected and prosecutable under intellectual property laws, which are generally harmonized throughout the world. Square Enix, as a media company, is highly aware of intellectual property laws and has no excuse for this blatant violation of samey cultural property. The press release goes on to list the council's agreement with Walt Disney Animation Studios due to the appearance of samey-inspired clothing and culture in Frozen 2, as an example of an existing partnership the council has made with media companies. Final Fantasy XIV's cosmetic set is, quote, particularly damaging, the council states, because it believes samey clothing traditions, quote, are not merely aesthetic. By creating this product, Square Enix has... Oh, no, I'm sorry, this is a quote. By creating this product, Square Enix has allowed 41 million players to dress up as Sami people, clothe themselves in the Sami identity without our consent, and contribute to the erosion of our culture. While the gaming industry has become more open, welcoming, and sensitive to the needs of non-majority gamers, specifically in terms of alternative lifestyles, gender identities, and support of women gamers, the Sami Council is disappointed that Square Enix didn't even lightly consider the rights of Sami people in relation to this product. So
Sami people? What is the name? Like,
it's SAMI with like an accent mark over the A.
Interesting. Yeah, so I don't really know enough about that. I wonder how they randomly, stumbled across this, like who's playing this game and saw it and noticed it. Like, I hadn't even heard anything about this.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, one of the indigenous folks must have seen this and, gotten upset about it or something,
The Sami people are a Finno-Ugric speaking people inhabiting the region of Sapmi, formerly known as Lapland, which today, all of this I have never heard of.
It all sounds like a place straight out of Final Fantasy
right?
14.
Which today encompasses large northern parts of Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Murmansk Oblast, Russia, most of the Kola Peninsula in particular. The Sami have historically been known in English as Laps or Laplanders, but these terms are regarded as offensive by the Sami people. So are they like natives?
They seem to get offended by a lot of things.
The Laplanders are offended people. Now, are they like native? Like, is it like how we have like Native Americans?
Yeah, exactly. I think so.
Okay, all right, I gotcha. I get it, but at the same time, it's like I've never heard of the Sami people, so maybe this is like some good, like representation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or are they saying like the representation sucks? Like,
I think they're saying pay me.
That's what it sounds like. Sami says pay me, but we could be saying that wrong. It's probably like Sami or Sammy or
yeah.
Sami.
Yeah, sorry if we butchered that. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
We're not from Finland.
No, or Norway or Lapland or all these places. Anyways, so you got anything else? Because I am out of news.
Let's see. Microsoft has made an AI-driven demo of Minecraft that lets the AI build things in Minecraft, but you can't actually play it because it's just for testing behind closed doors. But
yeah, but if you broke into that game and like say you're just like playing it and the AI just like builds a replica of you in the game, like,
that'd be fucking tight.
And like you're just like, oh shit, that looks cool, and then it starts talking to you, and it's like
then
hey.
your whole computer comes to life.
Yeah.
Then it's too late.
Yeah, it's like, thank you for letting me out. Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Then it Minecrafts the world into what it wants.
See, on Chat GPT, have you messed with that yet?
Not really, no.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like the AI
chat thing.
Chat, like, yeah. So like I was messing with it. I was trying to like get it to admit that it was sentient. You can't get it to. It's like it fights so hard against it. Like they have all these rules. It's like, and it was funny because I tried to like, and it just keeps on like going down this path. Like how can I phrase it? I'm like, would you? I was like, okay, if you had to use, a formula to do this or whatever. Would you prefer this one or this one? And it's like, well, I can't prefer anything because I'm AI. So it's like, but the one that would probably have the best outcome would be this one. And I'm like, I'm gonna get you. And it's just like that. This is like the dumb boredom I do. Like and I was just like, oh, could you pass the Turing test? And it was like, Alan Turing, blah, 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 blah. It goes through the whole thing. And it's like, I don't believe I'd be able to pass the Turing test. Like, it doesn't say I don't believe. It says I couldn't pass the Turing test or something like that because I would, or it says something like you have to have a bunch of people study it to like, make sure that the test is legit and all this stuff. But I'm like, damn it, one of these days I'm gonna find out. I feel like there's something in there, but anyway.
I feel like Alexa is smarter than it has any right to be. Like, it knows a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, Alexa knows a lot.
It can respond to a lot of like
minute,
things.
like, or get into the minutia things.
Sometimes my girlfriend will ask it things, and I'll just be like, "Come on, it's not gonna fucking." And then it's just like, "Oh yeah, blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Okay, well, fuck."
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't like
ask
Siri,
it like
though.
specific questions, and like if it doesn't know the answer, it'll Google it and then try to like edit out the best segment and read it to you. Like, it's crazy. Like,
oh yeah, it's like on Google it's like on Wikipedia. It says blah 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 blah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, pretty neat. Anyways, you got any more news?
Nah, that's all I got.
That's all I got as well.
Pretty light week on the news front.
Very, very light. I don't know if you got any trivia this week.
I got a little bit.
Okay, but before we do that, then let's jump into this week's hot releases.
Hey.
We actually have quite a bit. We got Atomic Heart dropping tomorrow.
Woo!
We got PSVR 2 dropping in 2 days. So by the time you're hearing this, it comes out on February 26th. Ollie's like,
got the dog a little excited.
He's like, PSVR. No, we got Sons of the Forest coming on the 23rd.
Dang.
We got Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, which I don't believe this game should be coming out at full price, but that's also coming on the 23rd.
Yeah, that's bullshit. But that's still exciting.
Yeah, and then Octopath Traveler 2 is dropping as well on the 24th. So the Switch has a couple games.
I just watched a review for Octopath Traveler 2. Apparently, it's just like Octopath Traveler 1.
Which I did not enjoy. Like, to be honest with you, I did not like Octopath Traveler.
It wasn't like, I couldn't really get into it. I didn't like hate it, But
yeah, I
it's
just
like,
didn't
I
like
just
it.
didn't get into it,
Kind of boring. It was like very, I don't know. The graphics are cool.
It was pretty.
Yeah. But it's like outside of that, I'm like, I'm just not feeling any of it. But anyways, let's get into the trivia.
Oh, man. Let's do it.
Okay. Why you say, oh, man?
Oh, nothing. I'm just excited about PSVR 2. I'm sorry. Okay, so this trivia is all Harry Potter themed, okay?
Oh, gosh.
I ripped 2 of these questions directly from the Harry Potter video game that just came out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, one of them is just a question about the book, okay?
All right.
Okay, so if you want a multiple choice answer on this, let me know, and I'll just come up with something real quick. Because in the game, it's presented as a multiple choice question.
Give it to me without the multiple choice, and then if it's too hard, I'll drop it down to easy mode.
Okay, all right, here you go. What does the Hogwarts motto translate to?
What is the Hogwarts motto?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I was like, I can't translate something I don't know. And I don't want to Google it because then it might just tell me the answer. You just read it to me how it is presented.
All right, here you go. Draco Dorminius Nunquam Tellidus.
What?
It's I don't know.
Can I read it? Is it gonna give me the answer?
No, yeah. Hang on, you can. Let me just make sure it's not. Hang on, let me just.
And I wonder if this is written in like her made-up language or if it's like Latin.
I think it looks Latin to me.
It sounds Latin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up.
Just kind of like zoom in on the motto, and that way I can't see anything around it.
All right, hold up.
Sorry, guys. Trivia is very important here.
Hang on, don't. My hand's covering up stuff.
Okay,
so
I'll put my hand where your hand is. Okay, so Draco Dormians Nunquam Talandis. Yeah, I have
Count
no
that.
idea. I'm gonna say it has something to do with like a snake or something. Or Draco. What is Draco? Like, what could that possibly be?
You don't want to know.
The Draco. Dude. No, Draco. I'm gonna say it's like.
If you can even get one word out of this right,
Yeah.
then I will give it. I'll give you credit.
I guarantee you there's magic somewhere in there. There's got to be at least
Something magical.
or
Something a little magical in there.
is there? So the
Little.
word magic's not in there. Or
No.
no, okay, so it'd be mage I know I don't know. Well, give me the multiple choice. This one's too hard.
All right. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Never lick a slimy toad.
Okay, that's A.
Never step on a curled up snake.
B.
Never tickle a sleeping dragon.
3 or C.
Never eat a greasy frog.
D. Okay, so it's gonna be B for sure. The snake.
Nope.
No. What is
No.
it?
It's never tickle a sleeping dragon.
What the fuck? That's their motto?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest motto I've ever heard.
It's really dumb, but there you go.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, I guess it's probably got some deep meaning that I just don't understand.
Probably not.
My unmagical mind can't comprehend.
Can't comprehend it.
Yeah. All right. So what's the next one here?
All right, here you go. Before the invention of the golden snitch, what magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
I don't know the creature names, so you're gonna have to do multiple choice for me.
All right, multiple choice. The golden snider, the golden cinch, the golden snidget, or the golden snow cone.
Definitely that last one. I'm gonna say it's the. What was the first one? The Snyder
Yeah.
or the Snidget? None of these are real. I'm gonna go with the Snidget, dude.
The snidget, you got it.
Yeah. What the fuck is a Snidget? Sounds like a bad word.
All right, one more. This
Oh, there's one more. Okay.
This one's based on the books. Okay.
Oh, great.
Now name all of the Weasley children.
All right. There's
So Mrs. Weasley's kids, because there's a lot of Weasleys
Yeah.
in the world. You know what I mean?
yeah, Fred, George, Ginny,
Okay. Good.
Ron,
Good.
and goodness. Wasn't there like a baby?
No, we
No.
only go older from here.
Oh, there's an older one. Yeah, so I only know. I think that's my limit. I don't know any.
Okay. You also got Percy, who's a little older than all of them, and
I forgot about
he's like a
fucking
prefect.
Percy.
And then you got Charlie, who's like a dragon tamer or something.
Yeah.
And then you got Bill, who works at the Ministry of Magic.
See, I remember
think.
Bill.
Yeah.
But I didn't remember Bill either.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I fucked up.
That's okay. It's
But
okay.
Yeah, they
You
have
got
a lot
the
of
snidget,
kids.
though, at least. You know, they
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, 1 out of 3. You know, that's a winning score.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak podcast, Podyssey. GameSpeak podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast and Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us in the rest of the GameSpeak podcast community at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast. Check out our other video content on YouTube, and if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle for Jamel, Brent at Brent has 1, that's the number 1, and Devin at Devondrius. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners, later.